I don't get to say this very often, especially as of late, but sales have been phenomenal.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body tremors for your neck.
Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari. I recently added Kitizen to the mix, and if you want to try out Kitizen too, I do have a link down below that you can use with like my little code, and you get $5 of credit to start off with on Kitizen. And I also have all of my links down below for like Poshmark and Mercari and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm a part-time reseller and this has been a really great week. But first things first, let's talk about this. Yes, I'm in my PJs. Yes, they're Harry Potter PJs. Yes, they're amazing. My kids actually have matching ones. We got them all for my son's 3rd birthday. And yes, if you were watching this live stream video right here with Jack and Ryan from the Jack Valentine YouTube channel, you already saw me in this. Chances are this is not the last time you're going to see me in these PJs because they're amazing and they're really comfortable. So that's what's happening here. But we're going to talk about sales this week, and they were really good. I'm pretty sure I know the reason why, because really there's no secret sauce to having amazing sales. It's you have to be consistent. You have to be consistently listing. If you're on Poshmark, you have to consistently share your closet. There are just a lot of different things that you can do and tips and tricks, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to consistency. And I don't know what it is that lit a fire under my butt, but I was just really motivated to be really consistent and do the things that I knew I needed to do in order to make sales. And that's what happened this week. And you'll see like there are a good number of sales and a lot of little sales, but little sales add up, people. So I'm not going to turn my nose up at them. And yeah, so let's get right into what sold, shall we? Because there's a good number. On April 20th, which was a Monday, I did start off with 2 bundles on Poshmark. The first one was 4 items from my 4 for $25 sale. These are like items that I know aren't really worth that much. Sometimes they're items that, I've gotten for free from friends and family. Sometimes they are things that I picked up a long time ago when I didn't really know what I was doing and I was just picking up anything and everything. But these items are just things that I just want to move out. I want people to bundle, and I'm trying to encourage them to do so by running this kind of eternal sale. So the first item from this bundle was this H&M high-low striped shirt with 3/4 sleeves in a size small. I got that for free from a friend. The next item was this new with tags Jolt, which I think is like a juniors brand. I don't know exactly where it's sold. I know I've seen it like at the thrift store and stuff, but it was this mixed fabric 3/4 sleeve shirt in a size small. That was also given to me by a friend. And then the next item, I do believe I picked up at a thrift store, but it was this pair of Tommy Hilfiger navy chino shorts in a size 4. I do remember picking those up at a Goodwill in like the Chicago suburbs when I was visiting my in-laws. I was just trying to pick up as many shorts as possible at that time, I remember, because we were approaching summer and I was like, shorts will sell as long as they're shorts. That's not true. Like, they need to be, trendy and a brand that people care about. And this was neither of those. So never again. And then the last thing was this Talbot's leopard print 3/4 sleeve cardigan in a size small petite. I thought this was really cute. It's one of the oldest listings in my closet. And you can tell because I went through a phase when I was like, you know what? Let me be one of those people that models all of their items in their Poshmark closet. And that lasted for like 5 listings because I don't have that kind of time. And also I'm 5 feet tall and barely fit like most clothes that are made for American women. So it's like, what do I think I'm going to model? So that didn't really work out. But this was one of the items that I did model. And I also went through this phase where I was like, I'm going to do really pretty flat lays. And that lasted for like 10 listings as well. And this kind of fell into like this time frame when I was transitioning from flat lays to modeling. It was like this 2-day period. So you see my attempt at doing both. And that's probably why I've had this in my closet for so long. So all 4 of those items sold for $25. I made $20. And I was extremely excited to start my week off by moving out a lot of those older items. Great items, but just older items or items that I knew like probably wouldn't sell unless they were being bundled with other things. They, like by themselves, none of these items, in my opinion, are really worth that, what is it, like $7.12 for shipping. The next bundle was definitely a little bit more exciting. The first item is this boutique item in my closet. It's this new with tags vegan leather black crossbody laptop bag. It's really nice. It's really pretty. The only issue with it, I think, is that it doesn't hold big laptops. Like you have to have a smaller laptop. So if you have like, what is that? Like the Chromebook, you know, that kind of thing. Those will fit really nicely in this crossbody laptop bag, but like a MacBook Air or anything like that, it doesn't fit in here. So it is kind of limiting, and I think that's probably why I've been sitting on these items for a little bit longer, but they are really well made and they're really nice. And then the last item in this bundle was this Demi Lovato 2014 World Tour graphic t-shirt in a size large. This I got at a Salvation Army that I went to when I went to Allstate, which is like a music conference, and I went there with some students and I spent like 5.5 hours by myself at a Salvation Army, and this was one of the items that I picked up. All the clothing items I basically picked up for $1, and I sold through a good number of them this week. So this bundle sold for $54. I believe, you know, I sent her an offer for $54, and I ended up making $43.20 off of those two items, which I was super happy with. And that, I believe, went to a viewer named Adriana. So Adriana, if you're watching, thank you so much. You are awesome. And then on eBay, I did have a few sales. The first one was this pair of Sonoma vegan brown leather lace-up boots in a size 12. They are men's boots, and this is my second time selling them. I sold them pretty quickly after listing them, maybe a few weeks ago, and they got returned to me because I think the person said that they were just a little too tight. So I accepted the return, and they sold again, like relatively quickly right after listing them. So that was really exciting. They sold for $20, and I only had them pay for $8 of shipping, which is really dumb on my end because these are big clunky boots. It cost $13.47 to ship these out. So I only ended up making $10.87. And if you remember from the What Sold video that these sold in originally, these actually belonged to my theater director because they were part of like a fundraiser that we were doing for theater. So this money will actually go to my theater program. And then the next item to sell was this J. McLaughlin Arlette white ribbed turtleneck in a size medium. This sold for $35, and I had them pay for shipping, so I made $29.93, which is amazing. I also only had this listed for like maybe a couple days. It sold really fast. This is my second time selling this same style of turtleneck. I had another one in like this really pretty light blue color, and it sold really quickly as well. It took me a little bit longer to sell this one because it did have a small stain on it, but my husband was able to get it out. And then also I save up like all of my light colored clothing items so that I can take pictures of them on a different wall in my house. I take pictures of them in my dining room because it's got this like really rich blue color wall. And I don't know, I just have a hard time photographing my white and like khaki and even like light green colored items on my regular wall that I take all of my pictures on, just because I don't know, like it's hard to differentiate the clothing item from the wall. I don't know if you have that same struggle, but so it just took me a while to get this listed, but when I did, it sold really fast, even though we're approaching summer. So even if you've got just like a bunch of winter stuff laying around, list it. You never know what's going to sell. I think it was last week that I sold a Christmas sweater. So, you know, it's like, who knows? The next item to sell was this Life is Good long sleeve t-shirt in a size extra, extra large. It was in this like reddish color. It said Life is Good on the sleeve. I picked it up for a couple dollars at a local thrift store probably a few months ago. I just got around to listing it. Sold within a week for, I want to say my full asking price of $21.99. That was with free shipping. So I paid $3.93 to ship that out. And I ended up making only $13.88 because I did have that promoted at 6%. I know I've talked about like trying out different levels of promotion. And so, you know, with the higher promotion fee and with free shipping, I did have a smaller profit margin, but it was still really good. And I've never really like done a whole lot with Life is Good. I don't seem to find it in very good condition. So I definitely took a chance on this. It was in great condition and it sold really quick. So if you find Life is Good, it definitely has a following and is, you know, probably worth picking up if it's in good condition. And this was a bigger size, you know, 2XL. The last thing to sell on Monday on eBay was from J. Crew Factory, and it was this black cotton pencil skirt in a size 6. It's a much older style. It was given to me for free. I've had it forever. Like, I don't really feel like people are wearing pencil skirts that much anymore, you know, like even to the office and stuff. So someone sent me an offer for $10 and I was like, yup, you can have that for $10. They paid for shipping. I made $8.66. that is pure profit, good riddance, it's out of my life, and I'm glad someone has a pencil skirt that they need now in their life, and they got it for cheap. On Tuesday, the 21st, I had one sale over on Poshmark, and it was this J. Jill gray Log and Look button-up shirt in a size extra large. I'm pretty sure it is 100% linen, and I'm kind of shocked that I didn't put that in my listing title, but yeah, pretty sure it was linen. This sold for $20 and I made $16. That was another item that I picked up for $1 at that Salvation Army that I hung out at for like 5.5 hours. And Log and Look, someone asked me in that haul video, I remember, they're like, what is Log and Look? Log and Look is layered look, so it's kind of just like baggy and loose. A lot of times there's like a lot of pockets. Usually it's, linen or, that kind of material. And it's just like a layered, oversized look. Log and Look is a great keyword. And, a lot of times people associate like Flax, that brand, with Log and Look. This item, I felt like actually when I came across it at the thrift store, I thought it was Flax because it was 100% linen and it just had that oversized, like slouchy look to it. And that's why I put that in the listing title. And I do think that that probably helped it sell. J. Jill is not typically a brand that I go out of my way to pick up, but I think just because, again, it was a bigger size, it was made of 100% linen, and it had that Log and Look style to it. That's why I picked it up. And it sold pretty quickly. And then on eBay, I had a couple sales. The first item was this new with tags Wamsuta. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it was this pair of ultra plush memory foam footies. I said footsies, not footsies. These sold for $16. I had them pay for shipping and I made $14.56. That was also part of like a theater fundraiser thing, so that money will be going to them. And then the last thing to sell on eBay was by the Limited, and it was actually the Limited factory. And you know that something is factory or like outlet if underneath the label it has 3 diamonds on it, or in J. Crew's case, like 2 diamonds. But these were a pair of red diamond print ankle length dress pants in a size 6. Someone sent me an offer on them for $15 and I had them pay for shipping, so I made $12.90. Those also sold relatively quickly. Like I think I had them listed for maybe a week. I have had them for a while. I just like never got around to listing them because they weren't like super exciting to me, but trying to just get through that death pile and just list all the things that I have not wanted to list. And I'm really surprised by some of the stuff that is sold that I was like, this isn't worth listing. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd, I had 0 sales. I mean, what would a sales week be without a day of no sales? And then on Thursday, the 23rd, I sold this shirt by Anthropologie, and it was by the brand Maple of Some Odd Rubies. I think I'm saying that right. It's in cursive and it was kind of hard to read, but it was a chambray lace button-up shirt in a size 0. This I actually bought on Poshmark, and I bought it for myself, and I bought it from a like PFF, a Poshmark Friend Forever, and I loved it. It's beautiful. I bought it with flaws. I knew that it was missing a button, and I knew that it had like a small stain on it. When I got it though, it didn't look good on me. Like it just, there are just some things that they fit, but it just doesn't look right on you. And I was never reaching for it. So I kind of like Marie Kondo'd my closet one day. And this was one of the things that I took out because I was like, I just haven't worn it in like over a year and I'm not planning on wearing it. So I listed it, with all the flaws and stuff. Someone sent me an offer on it for $12. So I made $9.05. I definitely paid more for it than that, but still I was happy to get some of my money back. And it is a really beautiful shirt. It just didn't look good on me. So I'm glad that now it's in a new home and hopefully that new owner will wear it a lot more often. And then the next item was again from that Salvation Army. I paid $1 for this, and it was this John Deere green logo sweatshirt, and it was by the brand Gildan, which is just like, they just sell sweatshirts, like plain sweatshirts, and then people can buy them and they can put logos and screen prints and stuff on them. It was in a size medium. I had it listed for like $24, I want to say. And someone sent me a pretty low offer of maybe like 12, but I messaged the buyer and I was just like, hey, would you be willing to meet me at 18? And she was like, absolutely. So that's what we did. And I made $14.40. Part of me also thinks that maybe this was like a closet clear out day and I did my whole closet clear out thing with them. I don't know. Regardless, I just remember like kind of going back and forth a little bit, and she was super cool about meeting me, halfway between what she wanted to pay and what I had it listed for. So, if you get an offer that you're not really comfortable with, I definitely recommend reaching out and just having a conversation with the buyer. And a lot of times, people are pretty reasonable. At least throw that out there before declining so that maybe you have that opportunity to make that sale. And then on eBay, I sold this new with tags, or like new in the box, Vineyard Vines Sunny Life Whaley Good Lie On Float. And it was this limited edition floaty, basically, like this huge thing that you could lie on in the pool. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below which one is correct. But you could lie on it. And I believe this was sold at Target. I found this at that same Salvation Army. I did not pay $1 for this. I want to say I paid like $6 for this, but it sold for $20. That was the offer that I got. And I had them pay for shipping. So I ended up making $17.65 off of that. It was just fun. It was fun to try something new. I do love selling Vineyard Vines. It sells really well for me, even though I don't find it very often. So I was like, a floaty? That sounds amazing. I will definitely go ahead and pick that up. The next thing to sell also came from that same Salvation Army haul, and it was this Untuckit Henley long sleeve in kind of a waffle knit look. I don't know. I don't know that it was necessarily waffle knit, but it definitely looked like it. It was in a size extra large. I wasn't sure how this was going to do. It was my first time finding Untuckit, but I know that they're more well known for their dress shirts, their button-up shirts. So I was like, I don't really know how a Henley top is going to do, but I listed it. I looked up comps. I think I had it listed for 28, and pretty quickly someone sent me an offer for 25, and I had them pay for shipping, so I ended up making $20.98. So not bad for only spending $1 on it, and I will definitely continue looking out for Untuckit in the future. And then the last thing to sell on eBay on the 23rd was this new with tags captivating headgear Florida Gators embroidered hat. This was a bins find, so I probably have a quarter into it, if that. I had it listed for $18, and it had a watcher on it. So I sent out offers to watchers on it for $14.90, which someone accepted. And that was with free shipping. So I paid $2.74 to ship it out. And I ended up making $10.22, which again, I'm totally okay with, given the fact that I paid probably 25 cents for that. And then on Mercari, I had my token Mercari sale, and it was this Gap black floral spaghetti strap dress in a size small. It had real 90s vibes to it. It was not from the 90s at all. It was, probably made within the last 2 years or 3 years or something like that. But it just looked very grungy and 90s, which I loved. So this one I got an offer on for $15. What I didn't realize is that I had it with free shipping for them, which is, typically what I do on Macari. But I had accidentally selected free shipping and I would pay $4.99. Typically, I will buy a shipping label on Pirate Ship because it's so much cheaper usually to ship through Pirate Ship. But I don't know, I just probably was going too fast and I just selected the $4.99 shipping instead of saying that I would ship it out on my own. So I only ended up making $8.51 on this dress. Again, this dress was from that same, Salvation Army haul. So I only had $1 into it, but that was kind of frustrating just because I could have made more on it. It is what it is. So here we are approaching Friday the 24th, which was, this past weekend. If you feel like you're getting some value out of this, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button, because it does actually help out my video and my channel and all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure that you do. And also, if you're enjoying this and this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as that helps my channel out a lot too. So moving on Friday the 24th, I had a couple sales over on Poshmark, and the first one was this pair of New with Tags Charter Club, which is a Macy's brand, straight leg velvet print pants in a size 4. This came from a Via Trading wholesale box that I did an unboxing of many months ago. So I have been sitting on these for quite some time, and someone sent me an offer on them for $18, so I made $14.40. The next thing to sell was this pair of Adriano Goldschmied, the Graduate tailored pants. They were in a navy color, and they were in a size 38 for men. I had them listed for, I want to say $45, and someone sent me an offer of $40, which I was like, you are good at making offers, sir. You should do this more often in my closet. So I made $32. That again was from that same Salvation Army haul where I paid $1 for everything. So turning $1 into $32, I am all about that, like all day, every day. And then on eBay, I had one sale and it was this pair of Columbia blue cropped cargo pants in a size 10. They were super lightweight. I got them at like a local thrift store and I sent out offers to watchers on them for $14.90, which someone accepted. So I ended up making $12.28. And then on Saturday, I had a great day. Like the 25th was amazing. I just remember like looking at my husband being like, what's happening right now? Especially because I feel like a lot of Saturdays for me typically are not that good. So hopefully this trend continues. But the first thing to sell on Saturday over on Poshmark, and Poshmark was actually just like bundle after bundle. So the first bundle was 2 items that are like in my boutique section of my Poshmark closet. They are items that I get wholesale from my friend who sells wholesale items. And the first one was this floral and leaf print kimono. In the listing title, I did say like festival wear, but obviously like people are not really going to festivals right now because they've all been canceled. I mean, it doesn't have to be worn at a festival, obviously. It's just really cute over really anything, and I think it's perfect for the spring. And the second thing is really similar. It's a kimono with a flamingo and leaf print all over it, and it also had these tassels at the bottom. So she got both of those for $50 with discounted shipping, so I made $37.88 off of those. She did leave me a love note and say that they were lovely and, you know, really great quality, which makes me really happy. So that was that sale. And then I had a 4-piece bundle next. The first item was something that was in my 4 for $25 sale, and it was this Banana Republic waffle knit open knit cardigan in a size small. This I got for free from a friend, and I have had it for a pretty good amount of time, and it's been listed for a while, so I was really happy to see that go. The next item was also in my 4 for $25 sale, and it's also probably one of my oldest listings along with that Talbot's cardigan that I talked about earlier, but it was by the brand Lush, which was sold at Nordstrom at the time. I don't know if it still is. It's actually a personal item of mine that I used to wear, but it was this striped tank top with like a beaded neckline in a size extra small. And there were like a couple flaws on it, which I disclosed. And that's, you know, part of the reason why I had it in that sale. Because I think it's really cute, but I just, you know, wasn't wearing it. It had the flaws, all that good stuff. The next thing to sell was not in my 4 for $25 sale, but it was this pair of White House Black Market skinny flare jeans in a size 0 regular. Those I got for free from a friend, and I don't think they've been listed that long. I think I actually listed them fairly recently, so, you know, that was a pretty quick flip. And then the last item to sell has also been in my closet for quite some time, but it was in my 4 for $25 sale, and it was this Anthropologie little yellow button crochet cuff top. So it kind of reminded me of like those Free People thermals that have like the crochet cuffs that everyone like freaks out about all the time. It looked a lot like that, and it was really cute, and I kind of wanted to keep it for myself, but I don't really have a use for shirts like that. So I, you know, just after I thrifted it, I listed it like a billion years ago, because like I said, it's been in my closet for a very long time. But I sent that person an offer of $36 on this bundle, which she accepted, so I made $28.80. And then the last bundle to sell was a 6-piece bundle. It was actually like 5 pieces on Poshmark, but then she had also seen something in a recent haul that I did, so I'll talk about that when I get there. So I threw that in there for free for her because she had bought all this other stuff, and okay, we'll get there. So the first item to sell from this bundle was in my 4 for $25 sale, and it was this Free People horse print pullover blouse in a size small. And then the next thing that I got was actually in a bundle that I bought on Poshmark from someone who was no longer going to be selling on Poshmark. And she reached out to me and said, hey, I'm liquidating my closet. If you see anything that you like, just put it, you know, in a bundle. I'll send you a great deal. And she was right. Like, I put some amazing stuff in a bundle. She sent me an offer, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I feel like I'm stealing from her, but you know, she's just trying to get rid of stuff because she doesn't want to resell anymore. And this was part of that bundle. So it was this pair of Mother Denim, the Hazer bell-bottom flare jeans in a size 26. They did have some wear on the hem, which, you know, she had disclosed, but they were still really cool jeans. I love a good pair of bell bottoms. Like, they just make me so happy. And then the next item was also in my 4 for $25 sale. It was this Gap red ribbed tank top in a size extra small. Got it for free. Next was again in my 4 for $25 sale, and it was by the brand ASOS, and it was this lace bodice button detail dress in a size 2. I thought this dress was so darling. I believe I got it at a Plato's Closet 90% off sale. I've had it forever. It has not gotten a lot of interest. I mean, I do think it's like maybe a little bit older of a style, but I still think it's so darling. So I'm so glad that this person is, going to give it a new home and hopefully wear it and enjoy the crap out of it. And then the next thing that she got was this Eileen Fisher sleeveless linen and silk blend dress. It was sleeveless and it had just kind of like a grid pattern to it, or maybe it was like plaid. I don't remember at this point. I think that I got that at the Salvation Army sale. So, $1 into it. And then she also messaged me and said that she had watched my Thread Up Rescue Box haul that I did in collaboration with Nicholas Parker. It was one of those DIY denim rescue boxes. And in that box was this pair of blank NYC, again, just kind of like really wide flare leg jeans. But they were like kind of jeggings. I don't know. They're really interesting. And they had this like satin trim on the waist. But she said that her mom, I think it was her mom. She said her mom was like a seamstress and she could fix them because they had so much wear on the bottom hems, like just way too much heel drag. And I had mentioned in the video that I was probably just going to be donating those because I didn't really see how I could resell them. And she was like, yeah, like, here are the things I didn't want. Can you also throw in those pair of jeans? I don't think you have them listed yet. And let me know how much you want for those. And I was like, girl, I'm not going to charge you for these. Like, I was going to donate them anyway. Like, I'll just throw them in the bundle because you're already getting so much stuff. So I offered her $90 for all those items, which she accepted. That was also with discounted shipping. And I made $69.88. And that went out to a viewer named Courtney. So Courtney, thank you so much. I hope you love everything. And please, please, please show me what you turn those blank NYC pants into because I'm excited to see. The next thing that sold on Poshmark was this vintage Pearl Izumi technical gear cycling jacket. This was something that I got at the Salvation Army sale too. It sold for $18. That was the offer sent to me, so I made $14.40. I was kind of disappointed, like I thought I could make more off of that, but I don't think vintage Pearl Izumi does very well, even though I thought this was so cool. And then on eBay, I had a few sales. The first thing to sell was this pair of Banana Republic Factory slim khaki chinos in a size 33 by 30. They sold for $24.90. That was an offer that I sent out to watchers. They paid for shipping, although I did have to pay like 70 cents extra because I didn't charge enough. I also had this promoted at 6%, so I ended up making $18.52, which I was shocked by that, I even made that much on a pair of Banana Republic Factory chino pants. These I bought off of a friend at church who had like all this clothes that he was trying to get rid of. So we kind of, worked out some sort of like consignment deal. I believe the next item also came from him. It was this pair of J. Crew Factory khaki chinos in a size 33. They were shorts, I believe. And these sold for $10.90. That was an offer that I sent to watchers. I had them pay for shipping and I ended up making $9.83. And then the next thing I sold on eBay was this polo by Ralph Lauren classic fit white polo shirt in a size small. This came from a different friend at church who recently gave me a bunch of stuff. I have that haul video right here. And this sold for $18.50. That was the offer sent to me. They paid for shipping. I made $16.06. So it's pretty interesting because I feel like this day I sold so much stuff that was like khaki colored or white colored. Like it was just all very like neutral colored things. And it was all stuff that I had just recently photographed on that blue wall in my dining room that I talked about. But it was just like item after item of men's stuff in that same color scheme. And it was just so bizarre. I actually like took a picture of those sales and put it on my Instagram. If you're not following me, it's kind of more of like a behind the look scenes at my reselling journey as well as my kids and stuff like that. But it's at Becky Park on Poshmark, so you can check me out over there and we can be Instagram friends. But yeah, I just thought it was so weird that I kept selling stuff in that same color scheme. And a lot of other people were commenting too, saying like, oh my gosh, that is kind of crazy. And then I had a really cool sale on my Instagram. I posted about how we were cleaning out the playroom in our house and we have these bins that were just like filled with all these costumes, like Disney princess costumes and other kinds of costumes that my daughter wasn't wearing anymore. She wasn't playing with them. Some of them were just too small for her. So I, took a picture of the bin and I was like, the things that you find when you clean out rooms in your house. And, now I have this whole bin of really fun stuff to list. And someone actually left a comment on that post and was like, hey, like my daughter would be so into that if any of that is her size. So I DM'd her and I was just like, hey, what size is your daughter? And she happened to be the size of what the majority of, the princess dresses were. So I took pictures of some of the stuff that were in her size. She was interested in all of it. So it was like 3 dresses, 2 or 3 pairs of like princess heels. There was like a Cinderella bag and wand, and I don't know, there was all this stuff. And it was so cool that, we were able to work that out. So that was just kind of done outside of any sort of reselling platform. We went through PayPal, and so she got all that stuff for $30. I did say that I would pay for shipping, and that came out to $11.58. So I ended up making $18.42 off of all of that stuff, and that all went to Jen. So Jen, thank you so much. I hope your daughter loves everything and is having so much fun playing with everything, because nothing could make me happier than to give those costumes new life. And could I have made more had I, gone through the process of listing everything? And I absolutely would have made more. But at the end of the day, it's like I saved a lot of time. I didn't have to take those pictures. I didn't have to list them. And also, like, I know who this stuff is going to, and I know that her daughter's going to enjoy it. And that's amazing. Like, nothing is cooler than that. So that was really cool. Moving on to Sunday, which is the final day of the week that we're going to be talking about, I had one great sale on Poshmark, and it was this pair of Cole Haan Grand OS double monk strap Oxfords in a size 10.5. Those sold for $50 and I made $40. Those were in that same haul from my friend who gave me a bunch of stuff, and we worked out like a consignment deal. I had them listed for $68, and actually I tried out a method that an Instagram friend of mine, Ween Lissa, she talks about, where if someone sends you an offer that you're not really comfortable with, she says instead of countering, create a bundle and talk to the person within that bundle and just ask them, hey, would you be willing to come up to a blank amount? In this case, I asked him, would you be willing to come up to $60? He did not respond. He just ghosted me. But the reason why she says you should do it that way rather than countering is he didn't have the opportunity to decline, right? So it's like that $50 offer was still there, and I asked him if he'd be willing to come up to 60. He didn't say anything. Truth be told, I was fine taking 50. So when he didn't respond to me at all, I just went ahead and accepted that $50 offer when, it got time for that offer to expire. So I still made the sale. It was less than I wanted, but I only had it listed for like maybe a week, maybe not even that long. So I was happy with the sale. It was, fine. And it was pretty in line with comps of that particular shoe. It doesn't hurt to try reaching out to the person and asking if they're willing to pay a little bit more. And if they're not, the offer is still there and you just press accept. So I thought that was a really cool strategy that she had shared on Instagram. And then the last thing to sell was over on eBay, and it was this Swiss Gear travel tablet case wallet organizer shoulder bag. And it sold via offers to watchers for $14.90. They paid for shipping. I made $11.91. I picked that up at the last thrift trip that I ever went to before quarantine hit, and it was at this like churchyard sale. I paid $1 for it, so I was really happy with that profit. Whew! If you're still here, thank you so much. You're amazing. So let's talk about our stats and how much I ended up making and all that good stuff. So on Poshmark, I sold 24 items. I made $340.01. And then on eBay, I sold 14 items for $208.25. Mercari, I had one sale and I made $8.51. And then, through Instagram, I had that one sale of like 6 items, but the one transaction, and it was for $18.42. So I made a total of $575.19, and I sold 45 items. That is amazing for me. Like, I was so shocked that sales were that consistent and great, because, we're still like in the midst of some really scary times economically for a country. So the fact that people would spend their hard-earned money with me, it's really humbling, so that was really great. That came out to a total of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29 women's items, 10 men's items, 6 kids items, 1 hard good. And I thought it was kind of interesting, but like 8 items that were new with tags or new in the box, something like that. one thing I wanted to touch on, just because it's something that a lot of people talk about, and at the end of the day, everyone's going to have a different opinion on it, because as resellers, we're all entitled to have our own business models because it's our business. That's part of the reason I think a lot of us have gone into reselling, is because we want to be our own boss. We don't want anyone to tell us what to do. And yet there are a lot of people out there that are like, you shouldn't sell things, for less than this amount, or you shouldn't sell things if you're not going to make this much on it. Or, there's a lot of people that will say stuff like that, which that's fine if they want to operate like that. For me, even though there were a lot of things that I sold this past week that, brought me less than $10 of profit, let's say, I found so much joy in everything I was selling. It's not necessarily that everything in my Poshmark closet and eBay store, like that those items bring me joy, because truthfully they don't. Like, there are a lot of really basic items in my Poshmark closet, or there are a lot of workwear pieces, or just things that aren't really my style. But I think what brings me joy is taking stuff from other people in my life, like my friends at church or coworkers or family members, taking stuff that they were going to throw away anyway, they were going to donate it to Goodwill, and finding ways to give them new life. Like, there's something about that brings me tremendous joy. And I know that right now, there are a lot of resellers out there who are doing a lot of online arbitrage because they can't go thrifting and stuff like that. And I don't think that there's any harm in that. I don't think it's a bad thing. And I think some people are really good at it, and it's a great business model for them. One common thing you hear, though, from those resellers is that online arbitrage takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time, one, to know what's selling and stuff, but it also takes a lot of time to be stalking those websites and to scour them for those good deals, especially people who are shopping on ThredUp and stuff. I mean, people are saying that they're spending hours on these sites trying to find good inventory that they find joy in and that they want to sell in their Poshmark closets. And I think that that's great, especially if they're willing to put in that time. I'm not willing to put in that time. I don't have that time to put in, to be quite honest with you. So for me, that just doesn't make sense. And also I don't feel like I'd be really good at it. I'm sure I could learn, and I'm sure, but it's not something that interests me. I don't want to spend my time doing that. And instead, I'm okay with the business model of people bring me bags and bags of clothing. I go through it and I just, go ahead and list anything that I think I can resell and make some money off of. Even if I'm not making a killing off of each piece, it's there's just something so satisfying about knowing that this item that was once destined to go to Goodwill and probably not sell and end up in a landfill is now going to a new home. For me, that gives me enough joy, so much to the extent that I don't have to have joy when I look at the particular piece. Does that make sense? So I don't know, I just wanted to throw that out there, because sometimes when I am watching other people's what sold videos and stuff like that, I do get down on myself, and I'm here I am making $5 here and $8 there, and I'm just what's wrong with me? I don't think there is anything wrong with me. And if your business model looks similar to mine, I don't think there's anything wrong with you either. I also don't think there's anything wrong with buying something for $50 and selling it for $150. That is amazing. And if I could do it with much less time than other people are needing to spend, I would, but it doesn't interest me. And what I'm doing right now, I'm totally content with. The fact that I almost made $600, and by the way, that number I gave you, $575 and some change, that's after fees and stuff have been taken out. So that's what's going in my bank account. I'm so beyond satisfied with that. I don't know. So I've just been really enjoying reselling lately, and I think it's because I've enjoyed just listing the stuff that's in my house, listing my kids' clothes, listing the stuff that people have been giving me for free, or the stuff that people, want to make a little bit of money off of too. I've been really enjoying it, because even though it's not the most exciting stuff, I just feel really good about what I'm doing. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case you have those moments like I do, where you feel a little down on yourself because you're I should be doing better or whatever. You do you. You do what works for you. You do what makes you feel good. If you're doing that and it doesn't feel good, yeah, you should pivot and you should, do something else. But if you're doing it and you're content, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Just throwing that out there. So those were my sales for the week. If you're still here, you're amazing. Thank you so much. And actually on Friday, I will have a haul video of stuff that I got for free. One of our church friends went home. She's a college student, but she went home to be with her family, and she came back pretty recently, and her family had cleaned out their closets, and so it's like stuff from her whole family, I think. So I'm excited to go through that with you, and if you want to join me for a good old-fashioned haul video, then that's what you can look forward to on Friday. So that's it for this video. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. But like an air book, like a J. McLaughlin Arlette. J. McLaughlin was this Banana Factory